Hello everyone! Welcome back to our channel Walking Thoughts Nebraska. This is the second part of our tour of Downtown Charleston, South Carolina. For this part, we are going to ride a carriage tour so that we will learn more about the city. We started our tour across the street from the city market. That person over there will be our tour guide. He will be the one to explain all about the places that we're going to go. On the first video, I shared all about the churches such as that one. For this video, we're going to look at all the other buildings around Charleston area. This area is a veritable living museum populated with expertly preserved antebellum mansions. However, it is also a bustling epicenter of culture, invigorating outdoor activity, and sumptuous dining that welcomes close to 4 million visitors annually. As we ride a carriage tour, we learn more of the history of Charleston. In 1669, under the leadership of Captain Joseph West, 3 vessels, the Carolina, the Port Royal, and the Albemarle, set their sights on the new land America. A severe storm separated the 3 ships, wrecked the Port Royal, and forced the Carolina to land in Bermuda. In the spring of 1670, 150 English colonists, indentured servants, and slaves sailed into the Charleston harbor. The city was named after King Charles II. The settlers insisted naming it Charlestown and eventually became Charleston after several years. Additional settlers arrived from Barbados in February 1671, and by 1672, the expanding settlement recognized the advantages of relocating across the river on the peninsula land called Oyster Point. Even in its infancy, Charleston had a reputation of being a little London in the semi-tropic wilds of the New World. By 1740, Charlestown was becoming the most critical port in North America for exporting, and an economic boom surged across the colony. The philosophy of early Charlestown was based on religious tolerance, and it was believed that with this attitude, the settlement will increase in numbers and profitability. Because of its origins for religious diversity, Charleston became known as the Holy City. Our tour guide shared more information about the buildings that we see along the way. Let's listen to some of his stories.
Still got the old carriage house, which looks like a carriage house. See, that's carriage opening. Where you see the wood, that's where you park the carriage. Servants' quarters to the side, and rather, horses to the side, and servants' quarters above, serving this main house. I think that's an awesome piece of architecture right there. It's subsidized by the state and the city, so it's a public school for that part. And we're going into the 1840s again. These are College of Charleston housing units. Most of this is general population. You have an isolated sorority house over here. This is all the sorority activity, most of the uniforms. And these are real deal sorority houses. During Pledge Week, 3 weeks ago, there were 300 sorority girls whooping it up pretty slowly over here today. Actually, it's good to see activity out here because like the last year and a half.
If you listen to our tour guide, he shared tidbits about the buildings that we saw on our way. Let's go back to talking on the history of Charleston. In the late 1700s, prosperity from an agrarian society was mixed with great interest in cultural affairs. However, by 1860, Charleston lay divided concerning states' rights. The Ordinance of Secession was signed in December of that year, making South Carolina a separate entity from the United States. Following the Civil War, Charlestonians were too poor to remodel the city, so they simply adapted their old buildings. So let's learn more about the buildings that we see around us.
Victorian houses, this is Fraternity Row. And these are a good bit newer than the average in the tour. These are like 1890s. That's much more San Francisco than Charleston. These are fraternity houses. But if you were here about 40 years ago, a lot of these places on King were boarded up. Like the rest of America, we were going away from Main Street shopping, more towards shopping malls and Walmarts. But back in 1987, they built the Charleston Place Hotel here, which helped to revitalize King. It's like building an anchor store in a shopping mall. But it's been a catalyst for a lot of improvement down King. Nowadays, you can go to the 400 to 600 block of King, and that's where all the new restaurants are getting all the hype are, the best nightlife in the city, the best steak restaurant. You were there 15 years ago, they were warning you not to go down there, you get more district. Charlestonians balked at that. Technically, 8 stories is the height ordinance, but only on a case-by-case basis and not in the middle of a 2 to 4 story neighborhood. So they compromised and they built an 8-story building with a 4-story perimeter. So right now it looks like 4 stories, but you can see clearly really are 8 stories here inside there. This would be a monstrosity otherwise. According to the city, Charleston Place Hotel has caused the addition of over $7 billion.
With a rich 300-year history, Charleston today is America's most beautifully preserved architectural and historical treasure. We hope that you enjoyed the carriage tour with us. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell as well. That way, whenever we have a new video, you'll be updated. We'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.